Meaning oftentimes until a person knows that you genuinely give a fuck, they don't give a fuck about how much you know or what you're trying to tell them. To be an influencer, right? To have influence over someone, for your word or your opinion or your beliefs to carry weight, right? You have to love people before you can try to lead them. Every successful leader in the history of leaders had a love or a passion for people. Something about our existence. Does everybody understand that? Number 3, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. So contrary to popular belief, right? There is no such thing as a self-made man or woman. We say it in music, and when you're bragging about being the best at what you do, it sounds great. But everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs friends, encouragement, belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of existence within this world that is made up of people. Does everybody understand that? Mm-hmm. Let me say this next, right? Everybody can be somebody when somebody understands and believes in them. Everybody can be somebody when somebody understands and believes in them, right? And that somebody could be yourself. Everybody can be somebody when somebody understands and believes in them. Once you understand people and you believe in them, they really can become somebody. Now, when I say this, this is so important when we talk about family and relationships. It is important for your children, for your spouse, for your close friends, for the people that you value to know and see and get the energy that you believe in them and something that they are trying to do. Do y'all understand that?
Yes.
Last thing, anybody who helps somebody influence a lot of anybody who helps somebody influences a lot of bodies. Anybody who helps somebody influences a lot of bodies. Can anybody break down what I mean by this?
Yes, by helping, just go ahead. So it's kind of like each one teach one. So as we help one person, we don't know the circle that the other person knows. They go out to help other people, and it's kind of like a domino effect.
Yep. This is why when we do these Zooms, I tell y'all, when you get out the Zooms, go share the information with your family, your friends, people that's close to you, anybody will listen. So if you think about it, my reach in the physical looks like it expands as far as the people in this Zoom. But all y'all know somebody. And the people y'all know somebody. And the people they know somebody. And the people that they know somebody. So it will spread, right? So this is what I'm saying. Anybody that helps somebody helps a lot of bodies. Is it clicking for y'all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody got a question on understanding what I just went over? If you don't understand, ask me, because you need to understand these concepts in order to really understand how to master self. Because now if you take what I just explained to y'all, every point, look at what I said about believing in somebody, helping somebody. What does it show that you need?
Can you give an example? Empathy.
What is it? No, I ain't say shit about no empathy. What? Just think about who took notes on what I just said.
People.
Okay, so for example, when I said anybody that helps somebody helps a lot of bodies, right? What does that mean that you should be doing?
Helping people and looking for mentors yourself.
Thank you. Say the second part.
Looking for a mentor for yourself as well.
Looking for people to help you as well. When I said everybody needs somebody, right? What does that mean for you and for other people that you know that know you?
You have to be
We all need somebody.
Say that again.
one who one.
You can be that person that's needed.
And also, it's vice versa.
Rely
They
on
can be who
somebody
you
else.
need.
Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody needs somebody, right? So the lady over there, she needs somebody. Me, the lady over here, I what?
You need somebody.
Okay.
We all need somebody.
Thank you. So now, once I understand the concept, I need somebody because everybody needs somebody, right? I need my own tribe. I need my own people. Go back to what I said about belief, right? People needing people to believe in them, right? I need to be able to believe in other people, but people need to be able to believe in me too. Like I need some of y'all to believe in me and what I'm working on. And at the same token, I need to be able to believe in other people. That whole people ain't shit. I don't need nobody. This is why I stay by myself. I don't give a fuck. I don't need no help. Bitch, I'm self-made. Run from those people. Run from them. Run from them.
That's even like with you, love. Like even though the knowledge and everything that you have and you give to you pour into us, you need someone as well, right?
Yep. 100%. 100%. Is it clicking? Why I gave y'all those things?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, love. Somebody asked in the chat, can you expand more on number 2? Nobody cares how much you know.
On number 2, nobody cares how much you know until he knows how much you care. You ever tried to tell somebody something and they took it like you was talking at them, or you trying to boss them around, or you just want to tell them what to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't understand your care factor. A long time ago, I explained to y'all in one of my Zooms, and I've said it in the book club meetings, right? You can say that you helping somebody, but if they don't understand it to be help, it ain't help. You ever heard somebody, I was trying to help you out. Bitch, it didn't feel like help to me. So the fact that you calling it help, don't just make it help. The person you helping actually has to see it as help. Anybody ever tried to help somebody and they made it seem like you were just in the way?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Everybody in my book club that has been in my book club for a while, I had y'all watch an episode of Intervention, right? In the episodes of Intervention, there are the people that have the addiction that we're trying to do the intervention on. And then there are people in their life that are what?
Enabler.
Okay, enablers think that they're what?
Helping.
But they're actually what?
Hurting.
They're actually what?
Hurting the people.
Exactly. So it ain't until when you watch an episode of Intervention, it ain't until you sit down with an educated therapist, somebody that just, their life ain't got to be no better than y'all's, but they went to school and they got the information to understand the psychology behind addiction, right? And so you think prior to meeting these people, right, that you're helping, right? I'm trying to keep her off the street, so I'd rather her come and get the money for the drugs from me and do the drugs at the house in the backyard rather than ended up going out doing X, Y, and Z. Sounds great. Makes sense. Your logic makes. But if the person, right, that's trying to help you and your family get a clear idea, gets you to understand that you are not, in fact, helping. You are enabling the addiction. When you understand the psychology behind addiction, as long as the person is able to be comfortable in their space of using, they will keep using. You are a part of the problem. Then the person that's an enabler, they usually cry. They go through a space of uncomfortableness. It usually always be the mama or the grandma or the daddy or the granddaddy. Somebody that does love the person very much. And they do, in fact, care, right? But it's not the proper care for this situation. Sometimes tough love is necessary, right? And when you're trying to get somebody tough love, a lot of times they won't receive it if they don't understand that it is, in fact, love, not just tough. I ain't just being tough on you. They got to understand the love part, too. Does everybody understand what I'm explaining? The person that asked me to elaborate, does it make more sense now?
Yes, she said it in the chat.
Anybody else got a question? So now let me say this, right? as we talk about mastering self, right? This concept of me understanding myself to the point where I am self-aware. Somebody write that down. I want to understand myself to the point where I am self-aware, aware of my flaws, aware of my strengths, aware of my triggers, aware of the things I need to work on, aware of the things that I'm disciplined at and the stuff that I am not, aware of the information that I have a plethora and confidence in, and aware of the areas that I do not. Because as I progress in life, I don't just want to get older, meaning time is passing. I want to get to a point where I am doing this thing called being me better, more efficient, right? Growth becomes easier. Change becomes easier. When you understand what I'm explaining right now, you realize a lot of people have grown old without this concept. And so it is difficult for them to change the older they get. In all reality, it is supposed to be easier for you to let go of things, make changes, maneuver in ways that are better for your life as you get older. But when you look at our culture, it is in fact the opposite for a lot of people. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that whole concept of when they say like older people are stuck in their ways, it's not that they stuck in their ways. It's just like what you just explained. Like they get older and they're not willing to.
You ain't putting no real work in. You got old, time passed, your age number got higher. You didn't get more aware of self. You didn't grow up much. It's 54-year-olds with the mental capacity of a 15-year-old. It's some of y'all that's 27, 32, and your emotional space, your critical thinking skills are that of a 16, 17-year-old. You have to understand, as I get older, I am supposed to be in more control of myself. Right now, watch this. Being in more control of yourself is not controlling yourself to be stuck in your ways. It is controlling myself to be able to call audibles when necessary, right? I know what to stay disciplined with, and then I know when it's time to change up and try something new. If you do things the way you've always done things, you will always be what you have always been. Do y'all understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Anybody got any questions on this?
Can you repeat the part you said? You gotta understand yourself for self-awareness.
You got to understand yourself enough to be self-aware. There is a difference between I know me. You'll hear somebody say, I know me. I know what I do and I know what I won't do. Or I know him. That's my man. I know what he will. I know. Awareness is a whole nother level. You know how they say there's levels to this shit? The people on the level up where we in this motherfucker self-aware. Meaning I don't partake in these things because I am aware of what is going on within me and what I have surrounding me, what type of environment I'm in, what I'm up against, what I will lose, right? What I have to gain, what I'm working on. Awareness. When we talk about awareness, there is being aware of your beliefs. A lot of people don't even in a conscious moment recognize that their beliefs is what's really controlling their actions. That's why you can learn new information and still don't move on it. You know how many people have taken Zooms or a class or a course and ain't moved on shit that they learned but was in there, yeah, that makes sense. Hallelujah. Amen, child. I understand that. Yeah, bro. She was speaking that shit. She was talking that real shit. And ain't applied none of that shit because your beliefs is actually what controls your behavior, not the shit you say out your mouth off the top of your conscious mind. And so when you understand this, you realize in order for me to call myself self-aware, I have to really work on having an understanding for what I believe. My life looked the way it looks because of my choices. The choices I made is based on my beliefs. You can take any one moment where a friend influenced you to do something, right? I'm going to show y'all how it's levels to thinking, right? Me and Cam friends. And so Cam talked me into going to this party. So we went to the party the other day. It was some people there that we didn't fuck with. We got into a fight. I ended up going to jail. Cam ended up getting arrested. We out now. We bonded out. But now we talking about it, right? So I'm explaining to y'all that, man, I only went to that party because Cam was asking me to go. She kept calling me, kept talking to me. Finally, I agreed to go with her. We already knew it was some bitches that we wasn't gonna like, but shit, my friend wanted to go. What's my problem?
You're not taking accountability.
Betrayal of
Yeah, no, we ain't talking about accountability. Stay on subject, right?
betrayal of self. Betrayal to self.
It is a fact. No. It is a fact, and I want somebody to write this down in the chat. It is a fact that Cam influenced me to go. It's a fact that I only went, right? I was able to be persuaded to go by Cam, my friend. Right? I didn't want to go at first, but Cam called me on Tuesday. She called me on Wednesday. She told me about stuff that was going to be there, who was DJing. I was going to like the DJ. I knew the girls were going to be there that I ain't like. Cam talked me into going, right? That's a fact. That's true. That's not false. What is the real problem?
Your reaction.
One at a time. Talk one at a time.
If you, so like you said, if you knew all of this was going, you know, like the girls was gonna be there that you didn't like or whatever, but
I still went.
You still allowed Cam to persuade you to go.
Why?
It's like you have
Why, Misha?
It's like you can't think for yourself. Like you have no discipline or step to allow
Misha,
yourself to go in this environment.
Misha, it ain't that I ain't got this. I go to work every day. I be paying my bills. I understand what discipline is, and I'm disciplined with certain things. Let me help y'all out. My problem is my belief about friendship. Cam, my friend.
Okay.
My friend, watch this. Watch this. My friend begged me to go. I didn't want to go, right? But I know how to say no. There are things I've said no to. But when it come down to my friend, bitch, Cam, my best friend. Let me talk to y'all about my beliefs about my best friend. My beliefs from childhood about friendship is that if somebody is your real friend, they will do stuff with you even when they don't really want to do it, right? My belief about friends is if my friend really want to go, it ain't that I'm just some follower and I'm easily influenced. I ain't letting a stranger convince me to go somewhere. I ain't weak-minded. My belief about friendship, that's my motherfucking dog. We've been friends since yay high. My friend want to fucking go. Guess what I got to go fix? My belief about what a good friend is. I went because I felt like I wouldn't be a good friend or Cam would feel a type of way if I ain't go with her because she really wanted to go. I need to change my belief about friendship and friends in order for me to behave differently the next time. Because listen, me and Cam could get in that shit at that party, go to jail, get out, and bond ourselves out. We get probation. We do our probation. We off. And in the future, because that's my best friend, watch this. We even closer now because we went to jail together. We beat some hoes up together. We went to jail. We got out. Both of us got the same lawyer. We end up getting just probation. We overcame that shit. Now we feel closer because we went through a traumatic experience together. Now she even more of my friend than she was before. So in the future, if my dog asks me to do something, it might not be a party. It could be, love, put this in your name for me. I'm trying to get this apartment. There go that belief about friendship. This in my subconscious mind. This ain't no shit I'm talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with my discipline or easily influenced. I ain't no motherfucking pushover. We beat some hoes up at a party. So I definitely ain't weak, right? My friend said she need an apartment in her name. That's my friend. My belief about friendship is I got to show up for my motherfucking friend. I put that hoe in my name. Cam can't pay the shit on time. It turned into an eviction. Got the eviction on my credit. Y'all see where I'm going? You got to check your beliefs. The way you behave is controlled by your beliefs. Everything you do for people or don't do for them. The way you react to stuff. Watch this. Things that bother you. Stuff that bother you. Stuff that bother you based on your beliefs. I watched a reel the other day, right? On this parenting channel that I follow. So the reel showed an experiment, a scientific study being done with kids, right? So they had these little toddlers, small little kids. They look like 1, 2 years old, right? And so they in a room, each toddler has a parent with them, whether it's a mom or a dad, didn't make a difference, 2 parents, right? And so the kids roamed about the room, playing with the toys and stuff in the room. The parent was in the room, right? So the experiment went to the next level. They added some variations. Kids was fine. playing with each other, playing with the toys, not paying attention to their parent, right? They going off. My mama's standing here. I'm over here playing with the toys. I don't need my mama. She right there. She fine. I'm playing with the toys by myself, right? They brought in these fake baby dolls that are little babies. So they brought in baby dolls wrapped in a blanket, and they gave the parents the baby. And so they watched to see if the kids would go play with the toys without worrying about their parents when their parents got another baby in their arms, right? And so the parents holding the baby, and they made the parents just, oh, look at that little baby. Oh, honey, she's so pretty. The parents are acting out as if this doll that they holding is a real baby, right? The kids can't fucking play no more. They over there staring at their parents. Then eventually they want to be involved with playing with the baby. Then after a while, right, the experiment was, they told the parents to ignore the toddlers. Ignore them and just keep focused on the doll baby. Eventually, them kids got damn near violent with the baby doll. They started popping the shit out of them, reaching up, snatching the blanket off the doll. They got these babies now, right? Kids. They ain't been shown war or violence. It came out of them naturally. Jealousy came out of these kids naturally. It's a natural human thing. Now watch this. If someone doesn't redirect the child's behavior in these moments, and this repeats itself, they will then eventually have a belief established that when your parent shows attention to something else and this jealousy feeling comes over you, you react with a physical negative reaction. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yeah, it definitely is a natural, because my 1-year-old, he does that with me and his dad. Like, I could be laying on his dad and he'll come over there, like, move, mama, get off my daddy. Or if he see me, like, with one of his other siblings, he'll be like, he want attention. He'll make himself known to where he wants attention on him. And it's like, no, you had your time.
Yep.
This is their time.
Yep. Some of the little kids didn't get violent with the doll. They got violent with the toys. So they start throwing the toys because they couldn't get the parents' attention. So you throw a tantrum or you try to tear up something, which will then hopefully get my mom's attention, and she will put that fucking baby down or whatever it is she holding and come pay me the attention that I want, right? These are examples of where you get your beliefs from throughout life. Things that occurred in childhood, and if they occur repetitiously, you will then get programmed that certain things are just that way, or they are supposed to be that way, or this is how it's done. And so you'll find yourself 27, 35, 40, operating in situations off of these same childhood beliefs. This is why I said earlier, you can be 35 with the mental or psychological state of a fucking 15-year-old. Does everybody understand what I'm explaining?
Yeah, so love, is that happening with your kids too, right? Because that happened with my 21-year-old.
This is everybody. Kristen, this is everybody. What we believe, me included, you got it from your upbringing. Now, it changes based on early life experiences, or you intentionally programming or conditioning yourself different. So every single one of y'all with children, you are programming beliefs into your child based on what you're repetitiously showing them through habit and through the way that you have your life organized, how you go about things.
So how do you break that? Because
I'm telling you how. I'm telling you how. It's intention. Okay. Go ahead and finish your thought, but I'm telling you, you have to intentionally, through repetition of behavior. This is when y'all see me do the Zooms on shifting your paradigms, right? Reprogramming your beliefs. You can't just listen to this and then it changes. We as humans will do and behave based on what we are conditioned to do. That's why people can learn new stuff about money and get their paycheck and still do the same thing. They can learn about investing, they can learn about banks, they can learn about credit, they can learn about, and when that check hit, they will spend that bitch the same way they've been spending it. We are creatures of habit, and I'm telling you the psyche behind why. Go ahead.
Right, because my daughter, like, she was in high school. I started her LLC, got her set up, got her logo, got everything done. So my 7-year-old, she just came in my room like, Mommy, I want to start my clothing business because her uncle does clothing and different stuff for, different celebrities and everything. I said, okay, well, pitch that thing to her uncle. And he was like, okay, cool, we can do it this summer. We'll get the name. We'll start this, that, and the third. So my oldest daughter heard that, and she was like, I know she ain't gonna get her clothing out before mine and da 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 this and that. And she was just going off. I said, hold up, wait. I was like, first of all, I did more work with yours than her. She haven't even started hers yet. And I'm not even putting the work in. She talking to her uncle about this. I had nothing to do with this.
Now watch this, Kristen. The belief, right, for a lot of kids in our community growing up is what I said earlier. Mamas be parenting. This is why it's a dangerous realm in those single mother-headed households, right? Kids grow up with a belief that mom is supposed to solve and do. And oftentimes, we are not teaching them to think and process things for themselves with a belief behind that I will assist you in whatever you nurture. Remember, I told you, people need someone to believe in them. Oftentimes, as parents, we go past the belief into doing it for them to where we want them to have it so bad, right? That we doing and pulling in all cards and resources to where they ain't putting in no work. And then they become entitled to us behaving this way. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I messed up at. And I told her that. I said, I did too much. I said, now it's in your court. You figure it out. You do what you want to do.
What you need to do is have let me say this to you, right? Because I definitely understand why you asked what you asked. What you need to do is have a conversation with her about exactly what we're talking about. That as a parent, as I've been raising you, certain ways that I have been doing stuff has programmed you to believe that this is how it's done. This is how it's done, right? And you have to now change your thinking because mama didn't get it right. You have to change your thinking that the way you've seen me go about everything is not the correct way or the only way or the best way for you. And as we grow, as our family evolves, as I get more in my goals, I will be at times less accessible or less useful to you. See, we start our kids off, we rear them like spoiling the fuck out of them oftentimes. We want to buy them this, do this, anything they mention, we get it for them. And then as they get older, it feels like, just like somebody said earlier, like we then just like a cold cutoff is what it feels like to the child. This is our belief. You 15 now, you need to be doing this yourself. You 13 now, you need to be doing this yourself. The child is in a space of like, but that ain't how this shit was taught. You ain't say at 7 and 8, I'm doing this now, but when you turn 15, I'm a cold cut it off. You didn't prep me for this. So now when you cold cutting it off, or you now trying to treat me different, and there was no belief program that this is what comes at this age prior to it coming, now there's extra friction between the teenager and the parents because I'm misunderstanding what the fuck is happening, right? It's a misunderstanding because it's a lack of communication on this, but the child is in their emotions about you doing something to them. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
See, we don't have these type of talks with our kids. We fuss at them when we realize, okay, I just need you to shift to this new space because I did it wrong. Baby, you got to go back and be accountable in front of your child about where you went wrong.
Love, I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about where you went wrong. I know like us as parents now, we can do that because of this information. But as an adult trying to unlearn things from childhood, like how do you differentiate what's acceptable or not acceptable? Because sometimes you'll like confront your parents with certain things they've done. Like I'll speak to my mom about certain things she's done and how it wasn't right, and she won't be accountable for it. So how do you differentiate, okay, like she just don't want to take her accountability, but this is still wrong, versus am I like thinking too much into it and it's not acceptable?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. This is why I went over with y'all beliefs, right? And also, you know, I often go over with you guys in the book club, Miriam, about understanding that people have their own account. I gave y'all a whole description, right? We all in a room. Y'all on the other side of the room. I'm over here. Somebody on this side. People over there. We in a party or an event. A fight break out in the middle of the room. How I tell the story is going to be different from how you tell the story from the other side of the room, right? Your angle is certain stuff I seen you ain't see. Somebody close up to where the fight occurred, they heard stuff that I didn't hear. So now watch this. This 2 days, a week after the party, I'm over here on this side of the room. I wasn't in the middle, close to the fight. So this how I tell it. Man, we was at a party. Y'all already know how niggas is. They done broke out for no reason and just start fighting. sound like they was fighting over some drinks or some shit. But yeah, child, I ain't going to that shit no more. This was my honest account. Mia was right up there by the fight. She knew exactly why they was fighting. It wasn't about no drinks. It wasn't no niggas just fighting. It was somebody touched somebody's wife butt. And they seen it. And then they confronted and punched the dude and all hell broke loose. Mia said this is why they fighting. I said they was fighting over some drinks. And this is what niggas do. Miriam on the other side of the room, and she saw two women arguing while the two men was fighting. So Miriam's account of the situation is that it was two women arguing, and then I guess they dudes got into it. So the two dudes started fighting. They was fighting over the woman. The ladies was different account, right? My point to y'all is multiple things can be true at one time. I ain't lying about what I saw. Mia ain't lying about what she saw. Part of the reason why I saw what I saw from my perspective is because of my beliefs, right? I already had a pre-existing belief that this is what niggas be doing when they be getting together in groups and parties, right? Mia was up close. Her account and things that she got going on was based on what she saw, felt, think, and believed. Miriam's was based on what she saw, felt, think, and believed, right? So knowing that we all could have our own reality, I'm not going to look for my healing in you validating my truth. This is why you have to go to therapy. I'm not saying you can't confront and attempt to or have uncomfortable conversations with those that have wronged you or in an attempt to heal with family trauma or drama, right? But you have to go into these conversations knowing two things can be true at one time. Your lie, right? It's a lie to me. Can be true to you based on your own delusional, ignorant space or whatever shade is over the lens that you look at shit through. Right? This is oftentimes why our parents aren't even a safe space once we become an adult. Because guess what? Our truth points out their flaws and that they did not do a good job in the areas that they think they did. Watch this. Go back to what I put on the screen. When I said you ain't going to show up 100% every day. Remember I said one of the worst things is thinking that you showing up 100% helping somebody and they turn around and tell you that was only 20. From my perspective, it looked like your ass was half trying.
I love that you said that too, because my mom, like, her rebuttal is always, I was just looking out and trying to be the best mom I could be. And I think I go into the conversations with a lot of expectations, and that's the problem.
Yeah. And you got to go in from a space of, I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to hear you out on yours because I want to understand it, right? And even when someone is not willing to admit the pain or the trauma or the shit they did that contributed to you being fucked up and trying to fix your fucked up, right? The beautiful thing about that is when you get a clearer picture of how they think. Because, ooh, baby, that's all I need is a chance to get an understanding of how you process things. It teaches me how to deal with you moving forward. I can still have the hurt of what occurred. I can still be disappointed that you are not willing to accept what you did to me or even admit what you did. But, baby, once you show me that you got that little delusional space that you retreat to and you lack accountability and you don't have a care for people. Everybody needs somebody to care. You don't have a care for people or specifically me in this communication. You've given me so much. You've given me everything I need to know on how to deal with and process you moving forward or things with you. Now I know how to go and where to set boundaries at and why. There are a lot of people in my family that lack an understanding for financial literacy, and they are willfully ignorant with this. One of the most beautiful moments in my life is when I learned that about said people in my family. It allowed me to set a financial boundary. I don't talk to y'all about money. I don't give a damn how much they hoop, holler, ask, keep bringing stuff up. I will not discuss my finance with you. I don't want to discuss money with you. I don't want to know nothing about you and your money problems, right? And I have this boundary set based on what you showed me through just talking and hearing you out about how you think with money and your unwillingness to receive new information and behave differently. I don't want my life financially to look how theirs look. I want to break that generational curse. And by you telling me that you a soldier for them generational curses through the things that you say when we talk about doing things different, baby, I'm going to let you fight. You just ain't going to have to fight against me. I'm going to let you fight the good fight on. You won't have to fight against me because we won't be discussing money. We can talk about kids, we can talk about life, we can talk about politics. I'm not talking to you about money. Tried that already. You don't care nothing about credit. You don't care nothing about financial literacy, how the banking system works, the economy. You don't care to understand inflation, investing. You don't care to understand budgeting and multiple streams of income. You don't care to understand these things. I've already saw that. There are mistakes you made with your money that, like Miriam said, you not even willing to admit it was a mistake or an error or a poor choice. That's a dangerous space to be in if you're somebody like me that's trying to become a multimillionaire. That is a difficult space to be in. So I'm going to have to leave you where you at. You can't go with me financially. You can go with me socially. Meaning you got my number. When I allow you to, you can call. Meaning when I choose to answer. But outside of that, I ain't breaking bread with you. I'm not allowing you in on my money plays. I'm not even going to pain you with that. And I ain't going to pain myself either. And I can say this in so many areas. We can go into relationships. Baby, I welcome conflict, right? I get excited about us disagreeing on a point because this gives me a chance to learn a little bit more about the way that you think. This is going to tell me how I can move forward with you or not. How I need to approach things with you as we move forward. When we talk about trust and what genuine care and love and respect and dignity and loyalty is, we have these conversations that come up through different life happenings. I'll be ready to be a great listener. Go ahead, explain to me why it made sense to you to do this or say that. I'm all ears. Baby, I'm taking everything in. I done shut my brain off from worrying about responding. In this moment, all I want to do is get an understanding for why you said what you said and why you did what you did. Because, baby, the minute I learn things about the way you think that conflict with where we supposed to be trying to go, I'm out. Boundaries set. Shit changing. And you ain't got to understand it. I will validate your thinking. Meaning, I hear you. I understand. I can paraphrase back what you said. I can even go as far as giving you extensive details about why you think this way based on how long I've been knowing you or what I understand about what you've been through, and wholeheartedly disagree with all that shit at the same time.
I love how you said this. And I think I've gotten to like the point in like, you know, being in this book club and in this space.
I don't